Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hustling Sideways podcast. I'm Alan Halas. I'm a music writer.
I'm Jim Love, and I'm a keynote and motivational speaker.
And this is the Hustling Sideways podcast. When we don't have guests, we talk about the things that we go through with our side hustles. And today...
It's a Christmas special.
It's a Christmas special.
What up?
It's a Christmas week
Have
special.
a holly jolly Christmas.
What if I put it out the Monday after Christmas? I don't know when Christmas falls
time
this
will
year.
tell. But
anyway,
let's just call this Christmas.
It's the holiday
Merry
season.
Christmas. We're
Merry
happy
Christmas.
that you're here
Yes.
and all the things.
Today we are talking about what you do when it is this time of year when there's really nothing. We didn't decorate or anything.
We didn't. There's a tree behind me that's off camera. You just can't see it.
What we're talking today about what you do during this time of year.
Yeah.
When there's nothing going on.
And this is like the universal like shutdown.
Downtime.
Like everyone that week. And if you're working this week, I quit your job. First of all. Second of all, like most people are chilling.
I'll be working on stuff.
Okay,
But
so quit your job.
But from home and relax.
And it's really chill. So like, and we've talked about time like PTO, right? Like what you're doing during time off. But like this time when there's usually literally nothing going on, what is your go-to? And I was thinking about this a little bit. And I like to have a combo because we both don't like to sit still very often. That's not really our thing. So I play into that. Like I watch Christmas Vacation. I watch It's a Wonderful Life and I cry on Christmas Eve. Like the things that we do all the time. A ton of
college
right?
football games.
Yes, we do. Watching college football. But like I'm not going to sit there and sit still for 7 days. That's just not a vibe.
Totally.
So you all know about the one word. Like I do really process that. And usually right around this time is when I think of it. And spoiler alert, we're filming this in November, so I haven't thought of it yet. But during this time, I really get into the one word of what I'm focusing on for next year. At the same time, I start writing a little bit. I start writing and thinking about like what are my plans really getting into next year? What topics am I focusing on as I'm going to schools? My career generally, but I love like the 3 hour like noon to 3 window when I'm like chilling out. I just ate some leftovers, right?
Yeah,
nothing going on, not a whole lot. There's like the Bowling Green Tulsa game on whatever.
It's gonna be a pretty good game.
Just
Bowling Green versus Tulsa.
Little action going on.
The Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl. That's a real game.
You can't miss. Yeah, the Idaho Potato Bowl.
Miss.
You really got to watch them. So like when that's happening in the background, I like actually sitting down and just like digesting literally and figuratively like everything from the week and then what I have going on, like what's happening in 2025,
for sure.
What I can do to get better. I reflect a lot. Like I'm big on that. I'm big on like really getting back in the year and like going through all the things. And granted, I want to have a good time like with my family, but I love taking like at least a day or two during that week to like totally go full throttle in a like planning mode.
Yeah.
And then I feel really accomplished. That's like the main thing. Like I love the feeling of having gotten something done.
Yeah.
And this may be, by the way, my career, like a business plan, or it may be for my side hustle where I'm actually thinking about what's going on. But in no world am I taking time off for 7 days and
it's
not
like
doing
a reset.
anything. I'm going to do like the relaxation for a little while, but I can't do that long.
Yep.
That's just not my nature. And I don't even enjoy doing it that long. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to have that happen, but then take a little while to truly like fill out what's going to happen and then feel like I have some level of momentum going into like that week after New Year's. Like, like the first or whatever is on a Monday or Tuesday, whatever it is. And then like I'm going to go full throttle in that next week and feel like I'm prepared to do so. And I'm not going to like go out much. Like I'm going to stay at home and just kind of chill out. Maybe have a cocktail or 5 and go on the couch and write some things and do that. But for me and as a side hustler, it's really critical to like, of course, take time and chill, but then to be like, okay, I have a plan and now I can go implement that.
Yeah, absolutely. I am totally the same way. Mm-hmm. So music wise, the last, this time, really the whole fourth quarter is not a lot of really significant stuff because everything ramps up for summer with festivals and with, what I mean? Like the calendar kind of really ramps up that way. Christmas time especially is like anybody that I need to talk to is probably on vacation. You know what I mean?
No one's
like,
there.
Yeah.
After that, like second or third Friday in December. Yeah. Like the 19th-ish, 18th.
It gets dicey. You don't know if there's anybody
done.
there.
That's it. Yeah. If nothing hasn't been decided then, it's coming after New Year.
Totally.
Let's connect after the holidays. That's my favorite email to send. Let's connect after the holidays.
Yeah. So there's that. Music-wise, not a lot comes out other than like Christmas albums and holiday albums and whatever.
The only Christmas album that ever mattered was Mariah Carey. So there you go.
See, there you mean. Yeah. So like So there's not a lot to write about, but I am totally the same way as you of like planning. And I've kind of taken it a little step further this year. Ooh. And in like October, I really started being like, all right, last quarter of the year, I'm just going to punt on the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because this happens every year to me is I work and I work and I work. And then I get to the end of the year and the things that I started setting out at the beginning of last year or the beginning of this year. Have not
just
like
haven't happened,
or they like fall off. You know what I mean? Sure. Like the stuff that all these promises that I made to myself, like I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So like I've really, really gone into planning mode lately, already, and we're filming this, like you said, in November. So like,
good for
but
you.
that week in between is when I'm like, okay, normally that's when I'm like, what can we do for the next year? What can I do for the next year?
Which is truly like the business approach to it. Like you should be planning for the next year 3 or 4 months before that next year happens.
And I normally it gets pushed down to this week of between Christmas and New Year, right?
Which is fine for individuals. It works that way. Yeah. And let's just be honest, folks. Like we're too busy in our daily tasks to like truly sit down for 4 hours in a day to like build out the next year.
Plan.
When you have that time, like my opinion is to take that time and do it. And don't forget about like the relaxation because you need it.
Yeah.
You got to find your ways to fill your cup up as we talked about. But then like you got time. Like use that time wisely. Right.
And I'm totally somebody that gets fired up about New Year's more than like a...
Is New Year's kind of your jam? Is that like...
New Year's is kind of my thing because like I'm like, okay, whole new opportunity, blank slate.
Oh, I thought you meant like going out on New Year's.
Oh, no. Like, I mean, okay. I will go out on New Year's.
But like
you know what I mean?
You meant it in a business
But
approach.
yes, from like
I'm thinking Alan's like getting turned until 4 a.m. on New Year's Eve, which you've done.
Has happened.
Done.
It has
Same
happened.
Here. Yep.
There were years that I DJ'd until 2 and then went out to the club after.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
it's a club too.
Not anytime recently.
Yeah, it hasn't happened in a bit.
Club is closed down now. But
because of you, yeah.
But and in any sense, like I really do look at like that last week of the year to be like, okay, what do I really want to focus on for next year? How do I make that happen?
Yeah,
and like. For me, I can also schedule a lot of stuff to get posted or whatever.
For sure.
So I'm like, if I can get a leg up on next year and
build
myself a little bit of a buffer, we're doing it with this podcast. We're doing it with a bunch of other things.
Like, I think there's a level of like accomplishment that comes with it. Like some people are like, take your time. I'm like, dude, if I have time to go full throttle, I'm gonna go full throttle. Then I feel relaxed.
Yeah, you feel like it feels like you're like a sprinter in a race, and you've like given yourself some breathing room.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's a big deal, and you need to feel like you've done something to set yourself up for success.
Yeah,
that's always what I get when I'm like, okay, some time off, and then really go after it.
I always feel like I have a decent January because I have planned.
You planned
in December for
which
it.
Is the important
and
part.
that never happens the rest of the year. You know what I mean? It just falls off.
And like as someone with ADHD, like when you have that moment of like when you're focused, take advantage of every minute of that moment.
Yeah,
because you're gonna inevitably have the moment where you're like, I can't do anything.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm watching YouTube. I'm out, but like I find that at like 9 a.m. on my days because I'm usually up for like Europe calls kind of early.
Yeah,
like I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm kind of zoned in, and then from 9 to 11 after that. It takes me maybe 2 hours to get back into it, but like you've got to find your moments.
This week was actually really good when it was like the week between Christmas and New Year's was really good when I worked in an office.
Oh yeah,
because
no one's there.
I would go in and nobody else was there.
It's the best feeling.
So then that was also a little bit of side hustle time. Well, that was also a little bit of side hustle time.
As it
where
should
like
be. We get it.
Maybe I would like just write for 8 hours a day.
I'm thinking
something.
about like
maybe not 8 hours, but it was a good chunk of the day.
I'm thinking about like Tim Polley from Broken Bat, like doing like business plans in the bathroom.
Yeah, literally writing
like
up.
that's what it is. You got to do what you got to do.
But yeah, that's like I mean, when you have that moment where you're like, okay, well everything's pretty chill. What can I focus on for like the future?
That's the focus.
And if you have a plan, if you're ready and you stay ready, you don't need to get ready, right? Yeah. So that is how I kind of approach the end of the year. Yeah. So, what do you do during this week? And it's okay to watch college football all week.
Yes,
college bowl
and
games.
To watch every Christmas movie that's ever existed. That's fine too, especially Elf because that's the best one.
Yeah.
It is.
I would say Elf is the best modern one.
Best
I'm a sucker
one.
for A Christmas Story still.
As we all are. And I already talked about It's a Wonderful Life.
Actually, I think I might like Elf better.
It's so good.
Okay, you guys can debate
That's
Elf versus A Christmas Story on your own.
Debate away.
But also tell us, what do you do during the holidays? And do you focus on your side hustle at all? Do you go completely out of office and just chill? everything's okay. We're just wired weird like that.
We're
It's
psychos.
fine.
We get it.
In the meantime, we are the Hustling Sideways podcast. You can check us out wherever you get your podcasts. We are also on YouTube. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Twitter. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. If you want to be a guest on the show as well, send us an email. It's hustlingsideways@gmail.com. Have a great holiday season. And Jim...
Oh, keep on hustling and Merry Christmas. I literally forgot what I was going to say.
We'll see you next week.
Carry on.